Oh, hi. These might save my life this month. Or maybe I'll just die hiking the Grand Canyon. All right, what we're going to talk about today is challenging yourself. What I've found as I've gotten older is that I've fallen into habits, right? I've fallen into habits. I've fallen into routines. I've fallen into slumps. And that's no good, because if you're not challenging yourself, you're not learning. And if you're not learning, you might as well be kind of dead. A lot of people think that once they reach a certain point in their lives, they no longer need to learn anything. They no longer need to push themselves. They no longer need to challenge themselves. So a few months ago, my wife said to me, "Hey, how would you feel about spending your birthday at the bottom of the Grand Canyon?" Of course, my first thought was, how hard is she going to have to push me? My second thought, no, because you have to walk. You have to walk all the way from the top all the way to the bottom. They don't even do the mules anymore.
I'm gonna die. Check, I'm gonna die. Oh.
And even if they did the mules, you have to be 200 pounds fully dressed or less. That's not me right now. That's not most of America right now, okay? So I would have never been able to ride those mules down. So now she wants me to fly to the Grand Canyon. Well, you can just fly to the Grand Canyon. Fly to Phoenix, rent a car, drive to the Grand Canyon, sleep, wake up in the morning, and then walk all the way to the bottom to Phantom Ranch. And then once we're down there, she wants to stay for 2 days. And she said on the second day, she'd like to hike a 12-mile hike to see Ribbon Falls. 12 miles on our off day. And then we sleep that night, and then we hike back up, which the back up is going to be a problem. I'm not going to lie. So we bought a treadmill a while back, and I've been on it at 12% or 12% or 12 grade or number 12 incline. And I've been doing that before I got COVID a couple weeks ago. I was doing it 10 minutes at 12 and then 2-minute break and then 10 minutes at 12. And I'm pretty sweaty when I'm done. But ever since I got sick, and then I come back and it's 5 minutes at 12 and 2 minutes rest, 5 minutes at 12, 2 minutes rest, 5 minutes at 12, 2 minutes rest. That's a lot of resting that I'm not going to be able to do while hiking the Grand Canyon. We also have something we like to call the Hell Climber. It's actually, the official name of it is the Maxi Climber. And you have to... And the same thing with your feet, and it is hell on earth. I'm pretty good for about 2 minutes on it before I have to rest.
That's what she said.
Jenny's doing it for 10 minutes straight.
I can't stay on top of you 24/7.
She's in much better shape than I am. I'm probably going to die at the Grand Canyon. I don't know if I'm going to make it. So I've kind of accepted the fact that I'm going to die. I wasn't how I meant to or wanted to or planned to go out, but my wife 2 years ago hiked the rim to rim to rim. So that means she started on the south rim, hiked down to the bottom of the canyon, across the canyon, up the north rim, back down the north rim, back across and up. Now, she did it in about 6 days, okay? So she wasn't one of those lunatic ultra runners that does it all in one day. Nobody wants that. Nobody thinks that that's a good idea, except for those weirdos. We're not doing that. We're not doing the rim to rim to rim, mostly because the north rim is closed because of the fire and because it's winter. But that is certainly not something I'm ready for, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm hoping for my 50th, I'll be ready to do the rim to rim to rim. A lot of people do the rim to rim, but then you have to get another ride back, and it's 4 hours. And it's just like, well, if you're already down there and you've already done the thing, you might as well do the entire thing.
Title your sex tape.
That's my thought process. But here I am doing the old man one, where like 70-year-olds will do it on a weekend just for fun. And I don't know if I'm going to survive. But the point is, I'm challenging myself. I don't know what I'm thinking. But it is important that you don't get stuck in mundane ruts every day, because if you don't challenge your brain, you don't challenge your body, what are we here for? Are we just biding as much time as we can until the end? I mean, none of us are going to get out of this alive. We know this. We know it's the same end result for everybody. Whether you're 60 or whether you're 106, you're still just meat. So why not make the best of your life? And I'm not saying do crazy things. Everybody doesn't have to go skydiving. Not everybody has to go bungee jumping. Not everybody has to go cliff diving. None of that has to happen. But just do something that's a challenge for you. Something that is exciting for you. Something that you thought maybe you would never consider doing, or that scares you, or that maybe pushes you just a little bit beyond your limits. See, the Grand Canyon is kind of a weird thing, because a lot of people will do it and not know what their limits are, and then they die. You know, they hike down to the bottom in the middle of the summer. It's 120 degrees down there. They don't bring any water, and then on the way back up, they start getting dizzy. They get a headache. They stop to rest, and they die. Dude, stop shaking your head. Chill out. Where are you going? You coming over here? Careful. Right now, the problem is the water is shut off to Phantom Ranch. And dude, you are a panty fool. Can you quiet it? There you go. Good boy. The water's shut off. So it may not even be open. So then what do we do? No idea. Challenging myself. Taking it easy. Doing new and exciting things. You see that tail that just went by? like a shark. Like a furry, dumb shark. So yeah, we're living on the edge. Grand Canyon. We're going to do that. So think of one thing, just one thing in your life that would challenge you. You know what? Just do this year. Don't do anything crazy like one thing a month or one thing a week. Just try to do one thing this year that it puts you outside of your comfort zone a little bit, and it's a challenge. It could be public speaking. It could be joining a gym. It could be taking a dance class. It could be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be anything enormous. It just has to be something challenging for you. And I promise you, you will feel better after it's all said and done. You'll feel growth. You'll feel enriched, and you'll feel like you accomplished something. And accomplishment is like the ultimate in serotonin dumps, dopamine chases. That's why they say if you're having a rotten week, make sure you get up and make your bed every morning. Because by making your bed right away in the morning when you get out of it, you are accomplishing something, and it sets the tone for the rest of the day. So just try to set a goal for yourself to accomplish something this year that isn't work related. Just try to find something that's a little bit more than what you expected from yourself this year. We'll talk again soon. You know what's a great idea? Dogs. You should buy 20 of them and then try to set up a video and audio studio in your basement and plan on never getting anything recorded without interruption, because that's what they'll do. They'll find the most inopportune time. I have, come on, man. I have it set up so that I can tell my Echo studio session. It'll shut off all the noisy stuff in my office, including the furnace. I want it to shut them off too. Like and subscribe if you enjoy what we're doing here. See you next time.